Is it clear? Cool. So today is the third day of Enhance Money Flow workshop. First day we covered to establish a win-win situation with the authority figures. Then we covered about the self-love, and today is the topic around yin and yang balance. Yin and yang balance, or you can call it as a masculine and feminine balance, is an important aspect which not only influences your money reality, but it also influences many other aspects of your life. If you can sort this out, if you can strike this balance, your life will be smooth. So we are going to cover some basic concepts. What is the meaning of yin and yang, or the masculine and the feminine principles, how we reject them, and how it plays an important role with your money reality. We'll go through an energy process to bring that balance back. And then we'll open for group healing session, okay? So masculine and feminine. When we say masculine and feminine, generally we refer to it as a man or woman, but it is more than that. These are basically the principles. You could be a man, you could be a woman, but you carry both the masculine and feminine principles in you. Something like when we say masculine principle, it's about the structure, system, whereas the feminine principle is all about flowing freely. Masculine is about protection, safeguarding. Feminine is about nurturing, wisdom, intuition, your health, your money. Feminine principle has an influence on all those things. You could be a woman and still be very systematic with your approach, and you could be a man who's very nurturing. Basically, it is about the balance inside, the balance between your masculine energies and your feminine energy. That gets reflected on how you see it in your outer world. So I'm writing a book. I'm in the process. It's all around receiving, and I have a chapter which is about the yin and yang. I'm going to share some things which I got guided. It may sound new, it may sound that you have heard about it, and whatever it is, you stay with it. Have an open mind and explore the possibility. All right. So masculine and feminine principle. Now we say beyond this earth, it is like beyond this earth and beyond many things, probably the source, we call it as oneness, the singularity. From there, if you see, if there is oneness, if there is peace, there is love, there is no more action. It's like nothingness. You're there. You're just there. And if you want an action, normally you go for a duality in any aspect of your life, like a positive and a negative, darkness and light, masculine and feminine principle. These are the polarities, dualities. where you have these poles pushing each other so that the movement continues. This can happen through inspiration. If it is not happening with inspiration, it can happen with desperation or conspiracy sets in. But the cosmos makes sure that the movement is intact. It is going on and on and on. In that way, a masculine and feminine principle is probably created. Can you imagine a world where there are only men, or where there are only women? How would it sound? Quite boring, right? So we have this duality. Now, the way I say is this duality is created, and when it comes together and it fits perfectly, you can feel that divine oneness. And the creation happens. Now, for two things to fit in perfectly, there has to be some gaps, right? Because if you feel there is no, and this is a possibility, what I'm talking about, where you can be single, you can be still in complete harmony, in complete balance with yourself. But what we are looking at today is, if you are rejecting any masculine principle in your space or feminine principle in your space, how to work on that and invite that oneness, that possibility of oneness in your space. So in that context, feminine and masculine are created with their own strengths, with their own voids, with their own incompletions. And when they come together, they supplement each other's shortcomings. And that creates a sense of oneness. As just I said, cosmos is pro-growth. Your subconscious mind is pro-growth. So it keeps supporting the creation. For it, stagnation in any way is death. So it will keep encouraging creation. For that, these voids are created. Now what happens when we start looking at these voids? Because we have strengths, we have weaknesses. When we start rejecting what we perceive as weakness in us, somewhere we are not comfortable with our own gender-specific role play. And when that happens, we start rejecting the opposite gender as well. If you find, if you are angry towards a man or a woman who is of your opposite gender, somewhere you are not comfortable with your own things which you perceive as shortcomings. For example, a feminine principle is a free-flowing principle. You can just imagine it as a river, which is gushing, which is flowing freely. And the masculine principle is considered a bit static, which is all around systems and structure. And then when they are compatible, when they come together and when the oneness happens, the river can flow freely in a systematic setup. So there is no halting. But there is a structure in which it can freely flow. If you imagine a river, if it doesn't, and think of this metaphor, river as a feminine energy and the banks as the masculine energy. Now the river can feel that it is restricted by these banks. But if you look at it, these banks give it a structure where it can reach where it is meant to reach. Otherwise, the river will spill wherever it generates. And when we talk about this gender-specific role play, I personally believe that there was a choice for you before taking birth. This is my perception. This is what I can think of. Because beyond this body, we are all pure consciousness. No concept of masculine and feminine energy. We have a physical body, we have this duality where we have a feminine and masculine energy. So we probably had a choice to take birth as either a man or a woman or however we like. Now, when we start rejecting something in us or in anybody else, there is a conflict going inside, which throws a lot of things out of balance. And there is nothing good about being a man or woman or bad about being a man or woman. As I just said, both come with their own strengths and weaknesses, which are designed carefully so that you can feel that oneness when they come together. It's a way the process can continue, where the void in you keeps looking for the other end. You know, sometimes somebody comes in your life where you feel them as your missing piece, where you intensely connect. It could be in any way, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. They fill that gap in you. What happens is when they fill that gap in you, you feel that completion. And there is a possibility you're with somebody for a long time and still that piece is missing. Again, what I feel is we can keep inviting people in our lives with these voids, but there is a possibility where we can make peace with our voids and invite people into our life who are there to celebrate with us, not out of any need, not out of any compulsion. So when you make peace within, it gets reflected outside. You may invite somebody who is at the same frequency where there is no need, where there is only joy and celebration. These needs are created so that you stay together, you come together, but we can work on it. We can reach to a point where we make peace with our own perceived incompletions or shortcomings and open up to better relationships. And now coming to finances, since we're talking about, this is all about money and finances. So when your yin and yang balance are in balance, when your masculine and feminine principles within are in balance, your receiving and contribution is in balance. Because normally we associate receiving with the feminine principle and contribution with the masculine principle. So when your receiving and contribution are in balance, there is an easy flow. You won't stop anything to come to you or restrict anything to flow from you. Whatever is meant as per your life plan, that happens. Are we good till here? Give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Now we'll quickly talk about how these imbalance setting. Sometimes these imbalances come when through your life, through your childhood memories. Sometimes it is through your ancestral inculcations. How can it set in through your life? For example, if you're a girl, you probably have heard saying your parents so many times, don't do that, behave in a certain way. Girls can't do it, that and this. And when that happens somewhere, you're seeing that there is something restrictive about it, about my gender specific role play. There is something which is not right. I'd not be able to do certain things being my own self. So we start rejecting our own gender specific role. But normally it is perceived. Otherwise, if you observe, if you have young children, you don't need to teach them anything. If you have boys, a group of boys, they will behave in a different way. If you have a group of girls, they will behave in a different way. Boys are probably more attuned towards sports and this competition and running around. And girls are, and they behave in a different way. That comes naturally to them. So if you have a gender specific role play, either you are a man or a woman, you have some natural gifts, natural abilities. Because of the shortcomings as you perceive, if you start rejecting your gender specific role play, you would also start rejecting your strengths. Your energies have to flow in a certain way. Either it is you're playing your gender specific role play, or you play the opposite of the gender specific role play. So there has to be some or the other way for the energy to flow. Now, obviously, if you reject your own strengths and weaknesses, it would be difficult for you to embrace what is happening on the other side. So from your childhood or from your experiences where you made to feel that you could be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter, that your gender specific role play lacks something. There is something wrong with it. There are so many experiences. That is one way where we step out or don't want to play our gender specific role play. Second is about ancestral incompletions. So imagine your forefathers, masculine. And see, you can take this metaphor as what I'm talking about, natural strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you think of people, maybe in the earlier times of cavemen or something, men are naturally stronger physically. And this strength is given so that they can protect, safeguard. Our need to protect and safeguard has created this physical strength. Whereas a woman is naturally gifted with an ability to nurture. If you leave a child around a man and a woman, you know the difference. A man can take care of the child, but a woman can naturally nurture the child because it comes to her by nature. The masculine principle is here to safeguard or protect. It would create a boundary. It would so that wild animals don't get into your space. And it will have its own aggression. It will have its own mechanism of protection. Now, for some reason, that aggression was not channeled in the right way. It is channeled somewhere else. And out of that guilt, if the masculine principle says, I won't play this role anymore because it hurts others. And it makes a choice to stay back. Now, eventually, the feminine principle has to take up that role of protecting. Feminine principle can do it when it is required. We all, as I said, we all have this strength and weakness, and whenever is needed, as per your life plan, a masculine, feminine principle can be very aggressive, very protective, safeguarding, because there is energetically there is no difference. You have both the principles in it. But just imagine this thought, where a feminine principle is going out there to protect, and man is trying to nurture children at home, taking care of things. They both can play those roles, but they are somewhere may not be natural to them. They may not be making use of their strengths. I mean, the present scenario where both men and women are working, and probably women are making good money, more than men, it's absolutely fine. It's probably the need of the hour. But the intention which you make money is very important. So if you are making money with an intention that I'll provide for my family, somewhere you're stepping into the role of a man, and the man feels out of place. But with an intention that whatever money I earn helps me nurture my family. So the same amount of money is coming, probably more money is coming, but the intention is important. So with an intention that it helps me to nurture myself and my family, shift the energy altogether. So there is no fight. We are not trying to step into anybody's shoes. And you can be a single woman or a man and still have a balance in your money flow. So when you embrace your gender specific role play, as I said, nobody forced you, probably nobody forced you, it was a choice to go through certain experiences. Then you start embracing your strengths. Stop fighting your weaknesses and know that these weaknesses in both men and women are created for a purpose, to invite the other gender and make and feel that oneness. You forget about all these concepts. What we'll focus is the harmony inside. In case you're rejecting something, it will always help to integrate that part. If out of this session, if you can integrate one scattered part of your personality which you are rejecting, then that would shift something in your reality. All right, so we'll get into a quick exercise where we'll look into any reasons for you to reject your gender specific role play. Okay, quickly close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, hold it for a couple of seconds, and slowly breathe out through your mouth. And see each and every cell in your body getting into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. I'm going to ask you to invite those parts of your personality which went through certain experience. You don't need to go through the experiences. You don't need to think about it. Whatever number comes up for you, just note down that number. That number could be of the inner child which experienced something which made you be in a certain way. All right, scan your life, allow your subconscious mind to project that part of you which was forced to behave in a certain way, contribute in a certain way, be in a certain way as per the gender specific role. There was a compulsion, there was a force. Whatever number comes up is absolutely fine. You just note down the number. Now call upon that part of you which is the reason for you to believe there is something not good about your gender specific role play. Normally we refer this word as ego, pride, and righteousness. But these are the mechanisms behind which we mask our shortcomings. So it's a mechanism to not allow people to see our shortcomings. And when do we feel this shortcoming? Somebody probably made us realize or feel that there is something short in us. Otherwise, naturally nobody feels anything good or bad about them. But it's a comparison or some incident which has happened which made you feel there is something wrong about you. So note down all those areas. You may get multiple numbers like 10, 15 or whatever number. It could be yesterday in your life. Just note down without judging, without analyzing. Now allow your subconscious mind to project all the parts which felt shattered when they tried to contribute something. For example, you contributed love, but you were betrayed in love. So you can note down those experiences where your contribution was not honored and you felt shattered. Just to add quickly, many people go through these experiences of betrayal in different ways. Again, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. This is also a mechanism where when you go through this experience of betrayal, normally what happens is you stop trusting people. You say that it's not good to trust people, and this betrayal experience can be very bitter. So in the process, what you do, you shut down to the world and start focusing inside and become self-reliant, that I don't need anybody because I don't trust anybody. So let me work with myself. And in the process, you can become self-reliant. That is one of the mechanisms. You can be self-reliant with inspiration, but you can also be self-reliant by going through these experiences if you're not following your inspiration. Again, it's not blaming anybody for their experiences. It's saying that if something has happened in your life, probably there is a brilliance, and we can stop fighting it, make peace with it, and look for a better way to learn the same lesson. All right, now call upon that part of you which probably felt dishonored for its gender-specific role play. You probably have witnessed somebody in your family. If it's a man, probably you have noticed being dishonored for not providing enough. If a woman, probably you noticed dishonored for various reasons. Call those parts and please note down. And now look for all those memories in your subconscious mind where you felt troubled, tortured, or harassed for playing your gender-specific role play. Whatever number comes up, and if nothing comes up, it's absolutely fine. But if something comes up, please note it down. Now finally, note down first 3 words which comes to your mind of what is that you hate most in your gender specific role play. If not 3 words, you can just note down one, whatever strikes your mind. And once you're done with that, note down what is that which you hate, absolutely hate, in your opposite gender. All right, take 10 seconds, complete it, and we'll get on to a quick clearance process where we are going to invite these aspects of us and integrate them. Keep your eyes closed, but with awareness and an active mind. Take a deep breath in, slowly breathe out. If possible, sit straight, allow this energy to flow, or be comfortable, because comfort is the essence, however it can come. You're free to lie down, you're free to sit, you're free to recline, however you feel comfortable, that is absolutely fine. Now take all your awareness, you are already in this state of relaxation. Slowly take your awareness around your nostrils, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it up for a couple of seconds and slowly blow it out of your mouth. Allow any doubt, any concern, any worries to slowly move out of your body. Now imagine a staircase right in front of you. Visualize a staircase going down, spiraling down. So this staircase will lead you to the depths of your subconscious mind, where you have all the answers you seek and all the solutions you want. I'm going to slowly walk you through these steps on a count of 5, and with each step you take, you will get into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. It's a absolutely sacred and safe space where you are heading to. You are the in charge of this space. So see yourself slowly climbing down through this spiral staircase. 5, 4. So you're getting into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation with each stair you climb down. 3, 2, and 1. Visualize yourself standing in a hallway, and at the end of this hallway you can see a door, and beyond this door you have all that which needs to integrate. You have an opportunity to find answers for your questions and solutions for your challenges. Start slowly walking towards that door and into the door. It's a beautiful, cozy space with all the furniture as per your liking. At the center of this space, imagine a circular platform. You've been in this place, you know this place. Observe. Chairs are put in a circular manner around this platform. Slowly walk and take up your chair. Now invite all the people who contributed towards your masculine and feminine principle imbalance, coming from your ancestral lineage, coming from your own experiences, to take the seat, and also invite your masters, your angels, or any higher beings as you perceive, to take up their positions. And when these higher beings take their positions, it forms an intact energy circle which allows you to safely integrate all the scattered parts of your personality. Now, onto the platform, request your father and mother to show up and take a chair or sit on a sofa or whatever you perceive to be in the middle of that platform. From the chair you are in, you will be able to observe your life very clearly. As if you're seeing a movie. You'll be able to see all those memories without indulging into them and with higher awareness. Now call all the children. The inner children who experienced force or pressure to be in a certain way, to come onto the platform. And when they show up, start recognizing them. Start recognizing them. Just recognize them. There is nothing much to do. You just recognize them. And when you are recognizing, see all the beings, higher beings, sitting in the circle. Send an energetic transmission in form of a chant, which feels and fills the entire room. And allow these parts of your personality to soak in this awareness and give an opportunity for them to come back and integrate in you. See a chanting going on. I awaken my freedom to have a command over my contribution with radical. I awaken my freedom to have a command over my contribution with radical. I awaken my freedom to have a command over my contribution with radical. I awaken my freedom to have a command over my contribution. I awaken my freedom to have a command over my contribution. See, all those angry, suppressed parts of you are waking up to the freedom they have, the divine freedom, the divine liberation they have to contribute to whoever they want, in whatever manner they want, feeling completely in integrity with themselves. With this chanting, see all those scattered parts are coming back to you and merging with you. Now invite all those parts which made to believe that they are not good enough of being a man or a woman. This platform can hold as many inner children as you have. Let them all lined up. It could be from your society, it could be from your parents, it could be from somebody else who made you believe there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong with your gender-specific role play. And when they show up, start recognizing them and see this energy transmission getting filled in the entire room. I awaken the possibility to embrace myself and all around me with all my inconsistencies with radical. I awaken the possibility to embrace myself and all around me with all my inconsistencies with radical. I awaken the possibility to embrace myself and all around me with all my inconsistencies with radical. With this, you'll be able to clearly see the strength in your vulnerability, the strength in your shortcomings, the brilliance in what you see as a lack in you, which allows you to embrace your strengths as well, wholeheartedly. Now call upon all those parts of your personality which went through an experience, a shattered experience when they contributed to somebody. All the hearts broken, all the trauma of being rejected, being betrayed, being dishonored, being taken for granted for your contribution, let them all show up in this space. Start recognizing them as the room gets filled with the chanting from the higher beings. I awaken the possibility to contribute in full integrity as I heal and integrate all the scattered parts of my personality with radical. See this chanting going intensely, dissolving all the bitter experiences you have gone through. I awaken the possibility to contribute in full integrity as I heal and integrate all the scattered parts of my personality. I awaken the possibility to contribute in full integrity as I heal and integrate all the scattered parts of my personality. I awaken the possibility to contribute in full integrity as I heal and integrate all the scattered parts of my personality. Now call upon all those parts of your personality which felt dishonored, humiliated for playing its own gender-specific role. Let them come in and be on the platform, start recognizing them, and see the room being filled with I awaken my honor for my gender-specific role play with radical. I awaken my honor for my gender-specific role play with radical. I awaken my honor for my gender-specific role play with radical. I awaken my honor for my gender-specific role play with radical. I awaken my honor for my gender-specific role play with radical. See the honor you have towards your gender-specific role play. See the strength it has. See the respect it deserves. See the beauty in it. See the brilliance in it. Now call upon all the parts which went through harassment, troubles, and a feeling of probably torture for being yourself, for playing your gender-specific role play. Let them all be lined up. And when they are there, see the room being filled with I awaken the possibility to invite others to treat me and my gender-specific role play with kindness and courtesy with radical. I awaken the possibility to invite others to treat me and my gender specific role play with kindness and courtesy with radical. I awaken the possibility to invite others to treat me and my gender specific role play with kindness and courtesy with radical. I invite the possibility to invite others to treat me and my gender specific role play with kindness and courtesy with radical. Now take all your awareness attention towards your parents. Look at your father and see all that which you don't like in your father. Maybe you perceived your father to be restrictive. Maybe you perceived your father to be aggressive. Maybe you perceived your father to be timid. However you perceive your father, which you are not comfortable with, start recognizing it. Just recognize it. Keep recognizing it. Recognizing it will help you see the brilliance behind whatever you found difficult to accept in your father. Now take your awareness towards your mother and all that you didn't like about your mother, let it come up and start recognizing your mother. You probably didn't like her not standing up for herself. You probably didn't like her for overpowering others. You probably didn't like her for whatever reason. Keep recognizing whatever you perceived and didn't like has a brilliance. Allow your subconscious mind and the collective consciousness through your subconscious mind to help you see the brilliance behind all that you perceived in your mother, which you find it hard to accept and embrace. And see the room getting filled with a divine chanting. I awaken my love for myself and all that is. I awaken my love for myself and all that is with radical. I awaken my love for myself and all that is with radical. I awaken my love for myself and all that is with radical. I awaken my love for myself and all that is with radical. All these affirmation statements awaken the scattered parts, your inner children, to wake up to their own reality and come back to you, merge in you, which makes you feel whole and complete, so that you can embrace all the strengths a gender specific role play comes with. Slowly take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Extend your gratitude to all the higher beings, your parents, yourself, and all who contributed towards your learning in good, bad, ugly ways. Extend your gratitude for all that is. Take a deep breath in, move your fingers, move your toes, rub your palms, give that heat to your eyes, and please come back. Thank you. Thank you so much. Come back, have some water, grab some water. All right. How are you people doing? Are you feeling okay? Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Lata.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Should we call it a day today? Or do you want to go through a healing session? Because we are 5 minutes past our schedule. So let the energy settle, because this is going to be intense, and allow it to go through it. Okay.